What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the right side of the map in the blue color, playing as Zeus. His name is Ulysses. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Hades. His name is Momo. Momo. Mo. Who knows how to say it, but we'll have to play around and figure it out. This is the semi-finals. We've finally made it. It's been a long journey. It's been a hot minute. Wait, how many months? Well, it's been one whole month basically since we started this tournament, or maybe over a month. But we're here. We're happy. We're enjoying life, and we've got another series. Two of the best players currently playing the game. I mean, if you consider this tournament to be somewhat of a ranking of these players, they would be in the top 4 because it is the round of 4 here for this tournament. It is competitive, mega random, so you have to take everything with a bit of a grain of salt. We're still in arguably still in testing phases, though I think most players would agree that things are pretty equal, all things considered. Now, we do have a bit of a special map for you here in game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a 2-fish spawn water map with extra fish on the side, which is exciting. So all up, these side ponds are super valuable here. 4 fish, 6 fish, 8 fish, 10 fish, 12 fish, 14 fish there. And then you also get 3 each in these ponds. So 14 plus 6 does, in fact, equal how many, ladies and gentlemen? 20. 20 fishing spots each. As Ulysses stops production on this dock, he's probably going to be going for a quick dock somewhere else. And we'll see how things are going to go. This is definitely a boom map. I wouldn't bother with the middle spots here. Just go straight for the bottom spots. But not happening in this game, as Momo goes for this one. And maybe Ulysses will go for this one. We'll have to wait and see. Ulysses here now has 7 villagers on the wood. Getting another fishing ship out just to spot things over here. He didn't scout out at all. If you take a look at what Ulysses has seen, he does see that there's a dock here. So he should be fairly aware that these spots are taken, but not yet. As now Ulysses moving up onto the top corner of the map. The dock over here are just about to come up for Momo, as Momo does have to leave his very, very nice, cozy home of herdables to come over here and start gathering berries, as population differential is gnarly here, but Ulysses is up an entire villager, as Momo's production has been just a little bit off here, I would say. There's a temple getting dropped, dock coming up on this position, fishing ship getting built out over here, and we'll see how this is going to go for these players in game number 1. Their journeys have been tough, been some very, very tough competition in this game here. Momo basically pushed his way through 2 Atlantean players, I think, in order to get here, whereas Ulysses has been having to go through all manner of opponents. I do think there's a Atlantean player and someone else in the recent games, but very, very strong competition nonetheless. Onwards and upwards. Alrighty, so how's this all going to go? Dock getting dropped over here, fishing ships coming out as well. Dock getting dropped up here as well for Momo, as he is going for the biggest boom ever. But I guess so too with Ulysses. Ulysses not leaving a villager up here, though. He does drop a late dock onto this position, as Athena's going to be coming through very, very early for Ulysses. Both players actually going through Athena very, very early. For a map with tons of fish, this is a bit surprising. So there's a couple of thoughts that I have here. One, they didn't really know what to do here, is obvious. But when you have the safe fish, or you have side fish like in this game, it's very similar to Anatolia. And what do we do on Anatolia? We go 5-15, we go 18 fishing ships. This one's a bit strange though, so you can't really get those fishing ships out as fast as you would like, because you build your first dock in the middle of the map, because you don't know that there's water on the sides of the map until too late. So my ideas is if you see this map variant, it's worth it to send your scout to the side just to pick and wait for that initial dock to come out just in case it's there, and then send the villager forward to build a dock. It'll delay dock, but get your fishing ships out nonetheless. Though all that being said, if you don't, you can still throw the dock up later and still advance pretty fast with all your fishing ships nonetheless. But more fish are going to be getting built for both players here as the game continues. Plenty of dock production here for Momo, so he should be coming out slightly in front here as well. Momo not going to be taking these middle spots, going to be giving them away to Ulysses, as Ulysses is going to be building out a couple more fishing ships here, as this fishing ship is currently set to patrol here, as it doesn't know what it wants to do. Relics on the map. We do have Arrows of the Alpha, plus 20% building pierce damage, and the Mithril Horseshoes, plus 10% cavalry movement speed. So, where to now for these players is the big question. Are we seeing some triremes? Yes, Momo's going for a couple of triremes here. I don't think that Ulysses should really care about this. He shouldn't really be trying to defend this bottom side of the water. This one doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Just let the fishing ships pop out when he needs to. In order to gather food and then continue there. We do see the Minotaur coming forward here as Ulysses coming in with his trireme to start targeting down these units here. Nice play there from Ulysses to get a couple of shots off, but Momo does pay attention, pulls away his Ajax fast enough there. More units going to be coming out, or more villagers going to be coming out onto this gold mine over here. Houses getting dropped down on this position. Ulysses with wood and gold. Looks like he's gearing up to get a second town center at this point. Nearly 300 wood, 300 gold. Plenty of food in the bank. Obviously, all the fishing ships are out. He's got himself 15 fishing ships only. There are still 4 spots over here, and that's about it. Whereas Momo, on the other hand, he's not getting all of his spots. He's just leaving some of them for the time being. So we'll see how that's going to go. The triremes have come out now. As Ulysses comes forward, we see the special ability being able to be used there by that Minotaur, getting a significant advantage on the Minotaur here. As we still haven't seen Ulysses dropping his town center, he's opting instead for more trireme onto this position. It does seem a little bit strange to me to be wanting to fight this so hard. There's literally 4 villages here, and you're spending tons of resources to defend these. Just throw a dock up on this position and retreat if the units come, or the triremes come forward. Anyways, both players plenty of resources in the bank. If this goes the way that I think it goes, both players should be trying to rush Mythic Age here. Rush Mythic Age through Hephaestus, get town centers, and then go from there is the general strategy for Greek players on water maps. Though, time and time again, I see the players grabbing town centers. They must know something that I don't know in terms of water maps, but who knows. Trireme going to be sitting here waiting, watching the Momo trireme. Going to be rowing to its death, it would seem, as it wants some scouting information. Not going to be learning all too much, apart from that there are now 5 trireme out. Loses its life before even getting any damage done onto that fishing ship there. As the armory getting dropped here for Ulysses, the question really does come down to, do you bother going Dionysus here with Zeus or not? So Ulysses could go Dionysus or could go for Apollo. So he decides Dionysus is going to be getting some favor income. The Hydra, not Hydra, the Skylar could come out on this position and take down 4 fishing spots and the dock. The Hades obviously does not have access to Dionysus, so it's going to be a difficult one to defend. But all that being said, still 4 fishing spots, not that big of a deal. As we're going to start seeing archery ranges getting dropped down. In terms of things in which a Hydra can kill here, there are 9 elk on this position, which could get that Hydra 5 heads. So it's about 2 kills per 1 head per 2 kills for the Hydra. It's kind of random, but if there are 8 elk there, you might get 5 heads from it. I think most of the time you would get 5 heads, at least 4 from those 9 elk. So we'll see if Ulysses is going to be aware of that or not. It's something that I say every single time we see Dionysus on water maps. Go and kill your hunt, because that means it's not going to be used anyways. and it's just good to do. So you see more buildings getting thrown down, medium cavalry coming through as Momo's going to be making his way in. We see Aphrodite on the way here as the Hydra is ready to fight. Units have to pull back. There is no stopping Momo here in this game, it would seem. As Ulysses retreats away. Handful of villages now getting taken down as Momo are targeting down the wood line here. Ulysses retreating back into his home base. Now seeing a Toxotes getting taken down, or two there. As Ulysses gets a little bit slowed down here. We see a marker getting thrown up anywhere. No, he's going to be building units to try and defend. Toxotes getting taken out there as well. And Momo's going to be retreating back. So Momo now does find some random villages in the top corner of the map here. See if that's going to be a place in which he can attack. We see Salt Amphora coming through. As the Jason, the Hippocon, going after these units as best as they possibly can here. Now the Hydra's been led to the juicy Elks here as Curse does get dropped, hitting nearly all of those villages, one remaining, but mostly hitting the Hippocon. Jason going to be able to stay alive here as well as the Hydra getting chased down. The Ajax does go down, and there the Hydra turns around, gets its first kill. Not quite enough to get its heads. Click up here. Click it. Ah, you die. Meanwhile, we see the fishing ships over here do end up getting taken down. Momo going to be taking a little bit of pain here as we see the town center getting built over on this position and Bolt being used on a Nemean Lion here as the army for Momo are going to be returning back onto this position here. The Trireme do manage to take down all of the enemy Trireme here as Ulysses is going to be pushing in onto this position, but Momo does pull his Trireme straight away in order to take this fight. Restoration being used as well. And Ulysses going to be retreating away. No problems here. As the Doc shooting it as good as it can. Shaft mine 50% of the way through for Ulysses as he needs a lot more gold in order to get to that mythic age that he wants. So I don't see a market down just yet, but we'll see how this is all going to go as Momo is 2 town centers now. He's going to be getting in front in villages by quite a margin here. As Ulysses decides to take this fight yet again, he does have restoration here. So that's enough to push these units back as one Trireme does pop out here. But as 3 Triremes to 1, might be better to get yourself a Skylar here instead. As units do continue to fight here as more Triremes popping out for Ulysses. Just means more fuel to the fire for Momo. So that's going to get taken down very quickly as well. As Ulysses just can't push out just yet. We do see this Katoskopos has spotted these villagers, but the village are very, very angry about that. Just to turn around and start shanking just a little bit. Now we see Bronze getting forced out as the Hydra just about to get himself 3 heads. 3-headed Hydra? Not just yet. But the final Trireme does get taken down. Ulysses manages to hold on for the time being here. There's plenty of villagers on this gold mine. Still no market being dropped. Still confused about exactly what Ulysses wants to do now. All the gold mines are forward here. So there is a world where early Hera would be a very, very strong bet here for Ulysses. We'll see if that's what he wants to do as he's pushing forward. But, I mean, the gold mines are very spread out on the map. So you need to be kind of all over the map in order to make that work. Not only that, Ulysses is going to be wasting 5 population space by having a Skylar just sitting there idle, and Hera is the god of choice here for Ulysses as he is pushing forward with all of his might in this game. Now he can start thinking about a second town center right now in order to get some more population to do something, or something more with this push, or alternatively you throw a fortress down, you make Heliopolis to make the push really felt as the villagers getting pulled off of this location over here. The villagers retreating into the town center. And we'll see if this Hera is going to be, if this lightning storm that's coming is going to be good or not. We are seeing the army getting split up onto the bottom location over here. That's going to be able to hurt quite a bit. Momo does manage to advance through Hephaestus, not too late, not too far behind Ulysses' Hera here. And this Hera might have been a little bit overzealous. Normally on a water map, you're hitting Mythic Age much faster than this on one town center. Thanks so much for the 13 months, Guilty. Appreciate you, my friend. Hi. Hello. Hi. But right now, yeah, like normally one town center, you should be Mythic Age 10, 11 minutes, 12 minutes at the latest. And this is going to be a 14-minute, 20-second-ish Mythic Age here as the army is deciding to fight. Lightning Storm will probably get dropped down onto this position here. Heavy cavalry coming through for Ulysses. He's getting himself second and third town center here as units do retreat away. Lightning Storm getting dropped onto this position. All of these units are going to be falling, but will Ulysses be able to convert this advantage anytime soon? We see a villager pulling in onto this position as well. All the units here dropping for Momo as Momo drops down to 80 population, but so too does Ulysses. Ulysses is at 85 of 130 population. The town centers are up. The villages are getting produced here. Hippocon coming through as well. We see a stray stable wanting to get dropped onto this position. The heavy Hippocon coming over here to take this spot down. 93 population to 94 population. Still very even here, as well as the units do find their way over onto this position, but it's still a very long way to travel for Ulysses, and his units just aren't really going to cut it just yet. We've got ourselves Colossus in for Momo. Momo's got himself Hephaestus, so he's going to be able to get Forge of Olympus and get very cheap armory upgrades here to make up for the losses that have come through from that lightning storm. And Ulysses needs to work this out. How does he in reality continue in this game? He's not actually that far behind in terms of villager count either, though, which is actually a really big thing. He's actually not behind in villager count at all because he has 22 fishing ships in this game. But the Plenty Vault obviously makes things very equal as well, because it's about worth 10 villagers. As the army retreats back, they'll spot these stray villagers running around, taking an attempt to potentially take those out as 130 population apiece here. Third town center still kind of sitting here for a little bit. Going to be a tough one to actually grab if Ulysses builds like a lone juggernaut or something to sit here and prevent that from going up. This town center over here is in range of water from this lake here as well. So there's that to be a little bit worried about. As Ulysses retreats back, he's going to be looking to hit this location up here. Is Hippocon coming out of the stables over here trying to take down villages one by one, but a fortress on the way right now for Momo to try and hold this position. But is it too little too late? Do the Hippocon have any serious upgrades? They do not have serious upgrades. Obviously it was Athena, but no Thracian horses or Thracian horse through for Ulysses here, but the villagers on this fortress are going to be getting taken down very fast, but the fortress will indeed get completed here as the army does manage to get in and force these units away. So where to next is the big question. Forge of Olympus on the way, 72%. I mean, Ulysses definitely doesn't want to grab this town center just yet. He does need to make sure that he gets armory upgrades and doesn't fall too far behind in terms of tech. Otherwise, Momo is just going to start winning fights, and he's got plenty of resources in the bank to kind of continue here. That's the army coming forward for Momo, taking down the Hippocon. More units coming through. Ulysses retreating away. He's looking to try and attack these villages over here. I would assume as armories coming down now for Momo. Thracian horses is actually on the way, so this is going to be a very terrifying Hippocon army. 187 HP, I should say. You're going to pop up to 250 and then pop up even higher after, or maybe it pops up to 250 if you get Champion and Thracian here. So it's going to be maybe like 220 or something. As the villagers are getting sniped down here. Nice plays by Ulysses. Good raids. Champion cavalry on the way now. 217 HP. So it will be 250 HP Hippocon in the near future as Ulysses is about to receive a raid from Momo. The Momo raid moving in, looking for something to take out here, as these villagers did not make it all the way back to their town center. More villagers getting taken out here. Dead, dead, dead. Wah, wah, wah. One more falling. Now we see units up on this position. There is a fortress already in here. He does have to refocus said fortress if he wants to take these units down. But now Momo is marching forward to take this out. Ulysses' champion cavalry is in 247 HP. You get yourself, what's it called? Bucknalia, and that's the 250 HP, I think. As now Momo is pushing through this location. Ulysses is probably going to want some Medusa here to deal with those Colossus, as he's still not really doing much with this army. He's got 11 champion Hippocon here, getting himself Levy cavalry as well, as the armor upgrades are slowly starting to trickle in. Momo, on the other hand, just about to get full bronze. His bronze mail and bronze shields being researched. Signal fires, watchtowers, fortified town centers. Bronze mail coming through for Ulysses. Nice and fast here. Bellerophon jumping into the action, trying to say good day, taking down Hippocon pretty quickly there, but it's getting targeted down by everything else. As Ulysses pulls back onto this storehouse over here. Big problem for Ulysses is the gold situation that he's about to find himself in. As he just, he doesn't have any gold apart from this location here. So he's got to be a little bit careful here as the units do get caught out. Bellerophon is back, 27 HP. Let's jump in onto that Colossus, get some good damage done. 17 HP remaining as the unit's going to be chasing it down. 10 HP, 1 HP, dead HP there. Colossus does only have 300 HP remaining, so should get taken down fairly quickly here by the champion Hippocon. As the villagers getting chased around here. Myrmidon getting produced for Ulysses. If we take a quick look at the tooltip, non-Greek humans, don't build Myrmidon against Greek players. It's bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. We are seeing Ulysses grabbing this town center. He's up 4 town centers to 2 town centers. I was saying that this is probably a mistake though, as this means that the armory upgrades are going to be really tough to get for Ulysses. So he's already got himself bronze mail and copper weapons. But Momo's going to have iron weapons very, very shortly. He's getting himself naval auxiliaries as well, or Momo is. But I don't... Oh, he does have a dock over here. So naval auxiliaries and the Juggernauts are going to come through as the triremes pushing in for Ulysses to hit Momo's fish economy. That's going to be brutal here. As you can see, that Momo's now dropping down to 58 villages total instead of having 58 villages plus those fishing ships. So that's a nice play from Ulysses here. But Momo is continuously putting pressure over his... Why are you building Myrmidon? They're no better than hoplites. They deal like 1.8 damage more for 1 extra population. It's just not worth it. But while it's just going on, the Heliopoli are able to start taking this town center down incredibly fast here as Ulysses decides he needs to retreat away. Remember, these are now iron upgraded units versus barely... Well, he's got bronze upgrades now, so it's only like 1 tier above. But the town center is going down fast here as some champion Hippocon moving in to try and help out on this position. Momo making some Juggernauts over here, taking down an archery range or 2. Juggernauts starting to train on this town center to take this one out fairly soon here as well. As Ulysses' army is crumbling. I mean, well, one is making Myrmidon, which don't help the situation, but mostly this is just down to Momo's tech advantage in this game. The villagers getting taken out, they're retreating away, and Ulysses is getting, he's trying to get his trade route. His trade route's going to get cut off here as well. Having a bit of a difficulty continuing in this game, I would say. So you do see a handful of raids coming through onto this position. One champion Hippocon being annoying here is very, very strong. We do see the fortress helping out. More champion Hippocon coming in onto this position. They can just kind of sneak out of range and pick off a villager, and then all is well. Like, look at these villagers trying to get involved here. They deal next to no damage to the champion Hippocon. So it's so much HP here. But Ulysses, Donkey Caravans are all getting taken down. The Juggernauts taking stuff down as well. Still no Juggernauts out here just yet. Ulysses is going to throw down a dock on this position, realizing that it's a bit of a weakness there. Some docks coming through over here for Ulysses as now, sorry, for Momo, as Ulysses' dock's going to get taken down. That's going to put a stop to Ulysses' food economic advantage here. So we see some barracks up on this position. Watchtower coming through for Ulysses as well. As over here, the Toxotes still going to town on Ulysses' units. Now Panzer Condor's coming out for Momo as he's going to start going after the fishing economy of Ulysses. It's going to be pretty brutal. Not only that, Momo's going to be getting himself the third town center up as well. And this is a classic situation of Hera putting you by going Hera, you put yourself on a timer, and that timer is, does my opponent get full upgrades, or can I get full upgrades before I lose? If I can, then it's not that much difference between Hera and Hephaestus. Obviously, Hephaestus gets an extra 10 population because of the Plenty Vault in terms of economy, but you can kind of get away with it by just trading better throughout the game. But Momo now in a very, very terrifying position. Medium infantry coming through for Ulysses as well. Now he's going to be seeing this fortress getting taken down. So Momo does have a slight predicament on his hands in that he doesn't have a... well, he does have this gold mine over here for the time being, but this fortress is going to get taken out fairly quickly here, and then the villages over here might get taken out, and then Momo's not going to have any population or any gold to play with here. So if we take a look at the upgrades, still not full iron, as Ulysses is going to get himself iron weapons very soon. He's got full bronze going on iron weapons, Athenian wall, heavy archers. So Ulysses is mounting a, not a comeback per se, but kind of leveling the playing field in terms of technology here, as his raids are really doing damage. Does he have farms set up? He's eating his pigs over here, starting farms on this position. He does have boar over here as well if he so chooses. As the units retreating back for Ulysses, not ready to continue fighting just yet. These triumphs have been sitting here for quite a while now, able to finish off that dock. The units here for Ulysses retreating away after dealing with that fortress there. The fishing ships mostly all taken out. So now we're seeing these buildings over here getting taken down, more juggernauts getting built. Still no Pentacontas coming out for Ulysses, so Momo can start focusing those down. The correct answer to juggernauts is Heliopoli, for those who do not know. So Momo's going to be sneaking around this way, going after the villagers on this position. Aegis Shield coming through for Ulysses. The tower not going to... Oh, the tower does automatically target. I'm surprised it did that there, to be honest. But it did. As Ulysses is going to be retreating away. And now Ulysses' army still ready to fight over here. It's not really an advantage anymore for Momo. Momo's getting himself iron mail and shields, so that will give him another give me his advantage back, but just a little bit, as heavy infantry, heavy archers coming through as well. But the units do all get cleaned up on that side here. As the village is getting pulled off of this location, the Petropolis trying to take down these buildings over here to get himself gold. It's up on this gold mine now for the time being. There's gold mine over here that he can grab for a little bit. As on this position, we see a fortress getting dropped. The cavalry immediately going to be targeting that one down. The town center getting involved as well. And now the 5 Oxy Juggernauts making their way to take this town center down, as Momo says, you know what, I don't care what you're doing here, but 5 Oxy Juggernauts, a Heliopoli, and an army on this position. What do you have? As it looks like a lot of Ulysses' army is on this Momo fortress. The rest of this army over here is trying to take down a dock. And Ulysses' third town center, or I guess Momo's third town center, Ulysses' fourth town center, is going to drop, and Momo's going to have access to 4 town centers himself. And Ulysses on the back foot here. I'm not sure what his plans are. Maybe he can take this town center down over here. Maybe not. Momo is playing this portion of the game very nicely. We see the wall getting broken down over here. The units are going to be able to fight this position. There's only really 2 hoplites, so the heavy hippocon with Thracian horses going to be completely fine here. Momo's getting himself Sarissa here. That's the hack armor upgrade for the from Athena to make his infantry even stronger. Ulysses decides to advance through Secrets of the Titans here, trying to make a Titan work in this game. We'll see if that's going to be enough. As he's getting pushed back here. Meanwhile, on this position, we do see a fortress getting dropped to try and take out the fortified town center. Heliopolis would go very, very good here. And now the hippocon retreating away. Bring in Momo's units in underneath the fortress. There's the Toxotes targeting down enemy Toxotes nicely, and Momo smartly says, all right, you go fast, you go Titan, I go Titan. No problems where that's concerned. Both players go Titans, and then the Titans trade each other off, and then we're in the same position we were 2-3 minutes ago. A classic maneuver. As the units pushing in here, trying to find their way in for a decent fight. Momo not paying attention. Makes a lot of damage before deciding to turn around and fight there. Ulysses currently fighting down 20 population. It's a very, very difficult place to be in. The Titan Gate does get dropped immediately. Villagers getting pulled, trying to build this one up as best as they can. Hippocon swinging in onto this position, looking for something to take out. Hoplites going down, all of this stuff. Very difficult here for Ulysses to hold being down population, but he's forcing out the Titan, so that's going to be a little bit less resources that Momo's got to really spend on everything, and can give him some time on this town center. As we do see the 7 Pentacontra actually out for Ulysses. That's 14 population here. And the dock will get torn down. That is for sure. So the Titan does get dropped as well. Only 23% behind in terms of build time here. So that's just not going to cut it per se for Ulysses to get any solid advantage out of his Titan. It takes at least 50% of an advantage in terms of build time for the Titan to get across and deny an opposing Titan. So he's going to have to figure out something else to do with it. But meanwhile, we see Ulysses going to town on this town center with his Heliopolis, and Momo not protecting this one, in a bit of a predicament. But Ulysses getting pushed off gold here. He's only got... Wait, does he have any donkey caravans? Looks like he's got 0 donkey caravans currently working. So Ulysses needs gold. As the hoplites coming out over here to take these Heliopolis down as best as they possibly can. And Ulysses retreating back home here. The hoplites could start going after these villages as well. The Titan Gate in the back a little bit difficult to get onto. The villagers pulling off, going to grab this town center now as well. Though it is going to be a little bit challenging because he doesn't have control of the water. Means that a lone siege ship could deny this town center forever. Now we see the units in the main base of Ulysses. The difference here is that we've got Ulysses grabbing this with 27 villages. Is that right? 27 villages, 28 villages, maybe a few more. And Momo's only going 21, so Momo doesn't even care. He's like, I'll build it a little bit slower, no problems, I don't mind. But while this has happened, Momo loses his third town center, so Ulysses has managed to level the playing field, as it were, but Momo's still at 140 population, still putting pressure on all over the map. Coming forward over here to try and take these units down. The Titan is out now for Ulysses, so we can send those units back to work, those villages back to work, trying to get onto a gold mine or onto anything else if he can. There's now Ulysses ready to start moving forward. He needs to remember not to lose too much HP on the Titan, because you do basically just want to trade it 1 for 1 in this position here. Trade it 1 for 1 and get yourself a your town center back, as Momo does find these villages here, pushing them back. They're going to jump into the town center, or at least retreat all the way back, and you'll see struggling just a little bit for gold here, as he's not able to get this town center himself. The town center is up for Momo. Momo's built a couple of docks over here. The Pentaconta's trying to take the docks down as best as they can, but Momo built a handful of trireme here in order to take them out. As now Momo's got control of this position, and well, Ulysses, no gold here. He does have a Titan, but does he have a hope here, considering Momo's Titan is out and snarling and ready for business? So we'll see if said Titan can do anything, as Ulysses is going for something you don't see very often. He's going for the villager raids with the Titan. That's a 3.75 speed unit there. Some Heliopoli rolling in over here as well to deal with said Titan. Does so much damage from afar. Really hard for the Titan to deal with. Why are you over here? There's Momo's Titan a little bit distracted, but Ulysses in that moment doesn't even want to see it out. Sees the Heliopoli, sees the Chiron, realizes, yeah, not only is my Titan out of position, I'm out of gold. I've got gold coming in now, but I'm out of gold. I'm out of hope. And Momo played this one too good. A very, very strong hold here from Momo. And then, I mean, after that, he's got his plenty vault. He's just got his armory advantage and everything going millhouse for him in a way. But well played nonetheless, abusing this water position, abusing this position over here as well, and playing it beautifully. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're in the on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.